Hey, second graders. Today is a really exciting day because it is our last day studying many of the Native Americans and their culture. So today I found a book for us on Epic that we're going to use, and we're going to learn how to make a couple of different Native American artifacts. Our learning target today says, I can explore traditional Native American daily life, including shelter, clothing, food, tools, and technology. And then I can follow directions to make a Native American artifact. So I'm going to take you over to a book that I found on Epic, and it is called Native American Cultures, and it says with 25 great projects. Now, there are a lot of projects in here, so you are more than welcome to read this whole book and make as many of these as you would like, but I'm just going to show you three different ones that I think we could all have the stuff at home we could make. And today I want you to watch and learn, and then I want you to pick one project that you would like to make and show us in our morning meeting later this week. So let me take you inside this book here. Okay, so inside this book, it starts off with an introduction, and it talks about the different regions that we studied. And so here's the United States. And so these are some of the different regions that had different tribes of Native Americans. And I'm going to take you straight on up to page 33. Okay, so the Seminole, remember, they were like in what's near Florida today. The Seminole loved beads. Women wore necklaces that were about 60 inches long. Whoa, that's like 5 feet. That's almost as tall as me. And could weigh over 10 pounds, 4 kilograms. That feels, gosh, that makes me feel like I'd be wearing something so heavy. They wrapped the necklaces so that none of their neck was showing and you could only see the beads. So I guess it was this really long necklace that they just kept going around and around and around their neck. Well, here are the directions if you want to make a Seminole beaded necklace. This might be the artifact that you choose to make. And what you need, it says you need pasta tubes. Well, I just went and looked in my pantry, and we really only have these small ones, if you can see. But this one here is like a little tiny small pasta that you can string. And then we had some of these that might also be able to string. They're like the little macaroni kind of noodles. I also found upstairs, I think this would work too. My girls have a lot of these little craft beads, or maybe some little seashells. Really, I guess anything that you could string on a string could resemble like the kinds of beads that they would have used to make their necklaces out of natural things, really. And then what I thought you could do is, this tells you that you can put food coloring in the baggie and then put the pasta in there and kind of mix it around so you get the color on the baggie. But if you don't have food coloring at home, I thought, you could probably just use a marker, and you could probably just color each piece of pasta with a marker and then blow on it to let it dry. And then you'll have several different colors, whatever colors you want to choose. And then it says, or if you have Play-Doh or clay at home, you could make some beads, and you could do that. That would be more like what they would have used, because they would have made their own beads, and you could roll those and poke maybe like a pencil or something through it and then let it dry, and that would be a bead. But then what you're going to do is, it says you're going to string them. So you just need like a piece of string. We have all kinds of different pieces of string around here at our house. You might just have some yarn, or I even thought about, if you couldn't find any string, what if you just had a piece of floss? That's a string. I found some twine too. And so you just want to have, I guess, like a knot on one end. And now remember, these are going to be long necklaces. So you're going to want to have this huge long piece of string that you cut. I'm not going to cut one that long for right now because it might be too hard to work with. But then you're just going to start stringing your colored beads. Oh, maybe make sure you can see onto your string. And then you're going to end up with this really cool, what's like a Seminole beaded necklace. And when you come to show that necklace to us in your morning meeting, you can even wrap it around your neck several times like they would have done. So that's one of the activities that I thought would be fun that you could do. Another one, let me scooch on to page 57. Let's see. Here we go. And they talk about the shield. So a shield was made out of bison hide, and it could stop arrows and musket balls. So a warrior would paint his shield with special symbols, such as animals that came to him in a dream. You can make your own shield, and all you need is a paper plate. Now, the plate I found at my house has like this pattern. So if I want to use that pattern, I could. If I don't, I could just go to the back side where it's white. And it says you can paint if you want to paint your plate. Now, I was thinking if you don't have paint, you could always, again, get your markers or your crayons out, and you can color different animals and different things that are important to you, or really just any kind of cool art. You can do geometric patterns, it says. It also says you could make some of those patterns on paper and cut them out and glue them. So you could use your glue stick or a bottle of glue, and you could glue those on here. Finally, though, once you get done, it says you're going to punch a hole in the bottom of your plate. So I got I have a hole puncher here at my house to punch the hole. But if you don't have that, a grown-up can probably carefully help you use a pair of scissors to cut a hole. And at the bottom then, it says you're going to put a piece of string. You're going to tie a piece of string to the bottom of it, and you're going to string a few feathers or beads at the end, and you'll see how it kind of has this little cool thing hanging off the bottom in the picture that really completes the shield. Then at the top, you can punch another hole at the top and make with some string like a loop, and you can hang your shield. So you can hang your shield up in your room or somewhere cool in your house. That'll be a fun one to make. Okay, and then finally, the third project I thought that you might want to choose is on the next page, on page 58. So this one here is called Decorative Cuffs. Men wore beaded leather cuffs for special occasions or ceremonial dances. Use your own design that makes you feel powerful. Oh, that's cool. Cut a strip of paper that will fit around your wrist. So you want to kind of measure and see. This would work for me if I used it the long way. And then it says you want it to be 2.5 inches wide. So you could measure that if you want to with a ruler. I'm just going to kind of eyeball it right here. I think it's about like this. So I'm going to cut my strip about like this. And then it says do it again. So you have 2. And then you want to decorate. It says decorate with paint. Now, if you don't have paint, you can use your markers and crayons again and decorate it. And you can decorate it any way you want to. Remember, use that design that makes you feel powerful. And then it says punch 3 holes at both ends of the cuff. So what I would do, an adult can help you do this. If you don't have a hole puncher, you can use scissors. And you've got 1, 2, 3. And then it looks like you just need some string, and you just thread it through and have an adult help you to tie the cuffs to your wrists like this with some string. And then you'll have your decorative cuffs. And then if this is the one that you chose to make, you can wear these when we present these. Okay, so this book is going to be an epic. So I do want to say something. I'm only asking that you make one of these, and then you can show it off and tell everybody what you made. But if you don't like the three that I picked out for you, and if you have other materials at home, feel free to flip through this book and pick a different one. And then there's also some reading to do. Now, this reading may be well above your reading level, but you can certainly read it with an adult if you want to know more about Native Americans that we didn't get a chance to cover in our unit. So you can find your whole section and read through there if you'd like to. All right, guys, have fun, and I cannot wait to see the projects that you make. Bye.